Hi Moe, so you're wanting me to do a video of me cooking. Um, I'm going to do a salmon quiche. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to make some pastry, short crust pastry. Okay, now here's a bowl. Let's tie this up, and I've got to measure 8 ounces. 8 ounces of flour, plain flour, and these scales are UK scales, so 8 ounces of plain flour. There they are. And I'm going to sieve that into this bowl so that we don't have any lumps. Okay, so here's the bowl. So sieving the flour. And now I'm going to add 4 ounces of butter. 4 ounces of butter. A nice good chunk of butter. 4 ounces. Just a little bit more. There we go. And I'm dropping that butter into the flour. Now, I'm amalgamating the flour with the butter. And what we basically want is a sort of a consistency of breadcrumbs. Takes a while, so bear with me. Now, the idea of this quiche is that it's a smoked salmon quiche, and I am going to saute some asparagus spears and some leeks. Saute those in butter and in butter in a frying pan. Okay, and when I've sauteed the asparagus and the leeks, by then this pastry will be ready to turn into a crust, a base for a quiche, a pastry base for the quiche. Now, if you see, I can lift this up. You see, we're getting a consistency like breadcrumbs. But now we need to pull the consistency together with just plain water. Just ordinary cold water. Okay, I've got to wash my hands, wash my fingers. Dry my hands. And this is a sort of a trial and error thing with me. What I get is I run the tap very slowly. I run the tap slowly, cold water, and with a spoon, okay, spoon, and a wooden spoon, which I can pull together, I start to spoon water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I'm going to start pulling it together and see how we go. If you can see, it's gradually clinging together. Turn the tap off. See how it's all amalgamating. It's amalgamating now, forming a sort of a lump of pastry. It's a little bit wet, so I'm going to put in a little bit more flour just to dry it out, just to make it a bit drier. Maybe I added too much water. So I'm just sprinkling some flour into it and putting it together. Now if you see now, look, we have got some nice this is called short crust pastry. Okay, short crust pastry. And we're going to put this in some Glad wrap, some cling film. And it needs to rest. It needs to rest for about half an hour in the fridge. Okay, so there it is, nicely wrapped up in Glad wrap, and we'll put it in the fridge for half an hour and then bring it out and roll it out into a sheet of pastry and then line a quiche dish. And this is a quiche dish. Okay, it's got a false bottom here, so you can push the quiche out when you've made it. So we'll line this with the pastry later. So come back later and I'll show you the next method.